Frank, just wanted to know what you thought of the defense, specifically with that starting group, and it's something I know you've been monitoring throughout the season. But how about that impact tonight?
Yeah, much better than it's been, and we learn about our group a little bit every game, and we make our adjustments, and our group has a great way of talking things out and having a group intelligence. Our coaching staff really evaluates what we're doing on a game-to-game basis, and very proud of the defensive performance tonight. Boston had been a number 2 rated offense in the league over the last 10 games, and our defensive rating, which is the metric we use to measure our defense, was 104, which would rank second. So, big growth from the other night against the Clippers. We limited the 3-point line, and our guys played with great competitive spirit.
Frank, just so many different results from last game, especially with the same starting group. I think the only other game that this group has started, the rebounding, the defense. What were some of the really key differences that you feel like from the last Boston game that this group really expanded on?
Well, we rebounded the ball better, and we contained the ball better, and we had a much stronger presence in our gaps, which is the guys behind the guy on the ball, and a strong emphasis to double team less. To put more onus on the man guarding the ball to man up and guard his own. And if our help is in place and early, and talking, you give the guy on the ball confidence to pressure up. I thought we had a lot of good sequences with Russell, with Talon, with Avery, where those guys were gaining confidence because of the help behind them.
Frank, it was another strong game for Russ tonight. If I'm not mistaken, he hasn't missed a game all season long. What's been the
Correct.
most reliable thing that he's brought to the season thus far for your group?
Well, I'd say pace and paint attack. You know what I mean? Obviously, the energy and the edge that he plays with, is always good for your group. But he's relentless in attacking the basket. And how the defenses guard him, they try to sag and they try to get under and all that stuff, and he still finds a way. And, if he's touching the paint and making great decisions when he gets there, it gives us a lot of offensive support.
Frank, along those lines with Russ, he had 15 points tonight in the third, and this is, now like the 4th or 5th time he's had these scoring outbursts in quarters where he's had like 15 plus. What are the factors that go into that you kind of see when he is having a game like that? Yeah,
it's different every game. I mean, he plays essentially the way we rotate he and Bron. He plays almost the whole first and almost the whole third, so his numbers are going to be bigger in those quarters. And that's, coming out of halftime, a lot of times we've talked about, the slow third quarters that we've had. So we're challenging our guys to win the third quarter on a gamely basis. And, maybe that's part of it. But I think just the minutes and usage are up in those first and third quarters.
Frank, what do you think moving forward will be key in being able to build off of momentum and establish a winning streak that's significant?
I'm sorry, build off of what?
What do you think will be key in building off and creating any momentum so that you guys can have a significant winning streak?
Well, like I said, we're learning more about our group each game. We're making adjustments to our defense, both with scheme and personnel, to put this group in position to succeed. And, all of those little lessons each game that we learn, we carry over with what we can and cannot do. And, that's the process we have to grow throughout the season. But the energy and, determination that we play with tonight, has to be a constant.
Frank, before the game, I asked you about LeBron's defense. He had a couple possessions tonight where he was the one to Schroeder is the one that comes to mind, where he got an offensive foul, forced a turnover. How important is it for him to help set a tone on that side of the ball for your group? What's it like when you see him playing with that kind of energy and intensity on the side of the ball? Do you see that trickle down to other guys?
Yeah, LeBron is fantastic on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? He sets a tone for us with his voice. He's our quarterback on both sides of the ball, defensively with barking out commands, getting guys in the right spot, and knowing our scheme down to a T better than anyone on the floor. You know, so he always has a great positive impact to our defense.
Hey, you outscored the Celtics by 24 points in the paint tonight, and it seemed like your interior passing was as good as it's been this season. Can you speak to your success inside tonight?
You know, I think largely because of the lineups. We played AD at the 5 the whole night. You know, we didn't play any bigger lineups, which is, you know, sometimes compromises your defense. But like I said, we're looking at things where, you know, hopefully we can play those lineups without it compromising your defense. And, you know, if you give guys like Russ Brown and AD, you know, the open lane, you know, to attack, you know, hopefully we can have that type of night in terms of attacking the paint. You know, hopefully we can add, you know, the three-point shooting to it as well. You know, we didn't shoot the ball that well tonight, but still had a strong performance.
Last question, Bill, with a follow-up.
Hey, Frank, a moment ago you were talking about challenging your guys to win the third. Is the turnaround from what we saw earlier in the year as simple as that, or has there been a greater shift in kind of how you have approached adjustments you'll try to make at halftime or after halftime?
No, it's bigger than just challenging. You know, yeah, I mean, we're evaluating around the clock every game that we play, and you know, making adjustments. You know, we got a strong belief in what this group can accomplish. You know, we know there's going to be some bumps in the road early. This is expected to our group, and we're staying locked in, staying together, and you know, improving. You know, and we're seeing growth each game. You know, sometimes there's wins, sometimes there's losses, but we're seeing growth each game.